Hello everyone, I am Minaya, and today I'm going to teach you how to say I like in Spanish. The verb to like in Spanish is gustar, but it works differently than normal verbs. That's why it might be confusing for many Spanish learners. Maybe you have already noticed how it works different than in English, because it's not the same structure. But today I'm going to teach you how to build sentences in Spanish to talk about all the things you like. The first thing you have to understand is that the verb gustar works in a different way than traditional verbs. So let's see an example. For the sentence yo como pizza, I eat pizza, we have subject, verb, object. In English it works the same way for the verb to like in the sentence I like coffee, we have subject, verb, object. But how this sentence looks like in Spanish? Me gusta el café. As you can see, it is not conjugated in the traditional way. We don't say yo gusto el café. Now let me explain to you what is happening here. Let's work with the same sentence. I like coffee. Me gusta el café. In English, it is you who is doing the verb to like, and then coffee is receiving that action. But in Spanish, grammatically, it happens the opposite. Not because coffee likes you, but because grammatically it is coffee who is doing the action, and then it is you who is receiving that action. That's why it has a different order than in English. I'm going to give you some tables to show you how to conjugate the verb gustar, but first I'm going to show you how I divide gustar sentences. Now I divide gustar sentences in three parts. First, the indirect object pronoun to indicate who likes something. Second, the verb gustar, conjugated depending on the person or object that is being liked. And third, the rest of the sentence, so the person or things that are being liked. Now, in order to understand it better, you can see it this way. In Spanish, we don't like things, but things please us. Because in the sentence, me gusta el café, I like coffee, me is the indirect object pronoun, but we are going to call it just object pronoun from now, that indicates who is the recipient of the action. Then gusta is the verb gustar, to like, and it is conjugated depending on the thing or person. In this case, it's a thing that is being liked. In this case, coffee, café. Since café is third person singular, we use the corresponding conjugation, that is gusta, and then we add the rest of the sentence, that is the thing that we like or is being liked. In this case, café, coffee. Now, in order to build sentences in Spanish to say to like, so you can finally talk about all the things you like, and even talk about what other people like, we just need the following things. The indirect object pronouns, or for now just object pronouns, for all persons, and a table with the conjugations of the verb gustar, for now in indicative present tense. First, the object pronouns, so you can see this table, you can pause the video. And now the table with the conjugations for the verb gustar. Now that you have all the information you need, let's make some examples. Starting with our first example, I like coffee. So for I, the object pronoun is me. Then coffee is third person singular, so it's the equivalent for he, she, or it. So we use the corresponding conjugation, that is gusta. And finally, we just add el café, coffee, because it's the thing I like. And that's it, it's that simple. Now let's build sentences with different persons. Now the next example is you like apples. The corresponding object pronoun for you is te. Then apples is third person plural, so the corresponding conjugation is gustan. And then we just add apples, las manzanas, because it's the thing you like. So our sentence is te gustan las manzanas. The next example, I like you. I think you can do it more on your own this time. For I, we use me. Then you is second person singular, so the corresponding conjugation is gustas. And then we just add you, that is tú. But actually in this case it's not necessary, because we are talking about a person, in this case you. So you is already implicit in gustas. So actually saying just me gustas is enough to say I like you. Now for this last example, let's do the opposite. You like me. So in this case, for you, the corresponding object pronoun is te, and the person who is being liked is me. So the corresponding conjugation is gusto. And since I am the person who is being liked, I am already implicit in gusto, so there is no need to add the pronoun. So it is enough if we just say te gusto. And that's it. Now you know everything you need to know to say I like in Spanish. So I hope this video is extremely useful for you. You can write your own sentences so I can check them and tell you if they are correct or what you need to correct. So as I said, I hope this is really useful for you and see you in a next video. Bye bye.